What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Nightwing issue number 98. This one is written by Tom Taylor with art by guest stars Daniele Nicuolo, so I think I pronounced that right. But basically, this takes place after the events of the previous issue, where at the end of that, we had Rick Grayson showing up alongside Dick Grayson. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it was some sort of fifth-dimensional imp, and in this case, it's going to be the character of Nite-Mite, who is a lot like Bat-Mite, who just goes around kind of annoying people, as a big Nightwing fan, the #1 fan, as he likes to say. And yeah, he just kind of shows up to kind of take, like, you almost kind of forget what happened in the previous issue with the whole mob boss thing, and now it's just like, oh, now Nite-Mite's being thrown into this thing. I really just, like, the pacing of, like, this Nightwing run, it just feels kind of all over the place at times. It's like, it comes to a complete halt, things are set up, and it just never feels like we get to a conclusion to anything overall. I mean, the issue standalone itself is lighthearted and fun, all things considered. I don't really hate it or anything like that. I'm just kind of at the point where I'm like, I wish we could just finish this Heartless storyline and then have something kind of like this, something just kind of out of the blue fun. But because that Heartless storyline is still going on, I'm at the point where I'm just like, I just want to get that over with. Yeah, I hopefully have a few issues left and then we're done with it, but at this rate, it's just going at such a snail's pace that I honestly don't know. But all things considered, so Nite-Mite shows up. There's this girl named Olivia, who I guess is Blockbuster's daughter, and she's in danger because years ago, Blockbuster sold a soul to Neron, but he was able to kind of make that price be his daughter, however that works. I don't know. But anyway, so Nite-Mite is here to be like, hey, I need you to save this girl, but I can't do anything because I can't interfere with things, and so I'm going to give you the power to do so. Batgirl's there. She's like, oh, he's got an imp. Haha. But then he kind of shows up here in a line I'm sure that's going to make people on Twitter happy. Nite-Mite's like, oh, hey, wow, it's Batgirl. I mean, I ship him with Starfire, but whatever makes him happy, I guess. Excuse me? So, yeah, I'm sure that's going to upset people. Then he tries to form an impromptu wedding by bringing everybody around to this event. And, yeah, I know a lot of people have speculated a wedding happening between these two characters by issue 100, but at this point I don't think it's in the cards, but there are kind of hints at it. It's like, no, not yet, question mark. Will it happen? There needs to be a build up to it. I feel like at this point they haven't really built it up. It's just kind of going on in the background per se. But anyway, so Nightwing goes on this mission to save this girl. Bitewing comes in, and then she can talk now, so that's the first time she's been able to kind of do that. And eventually he's able to stop things, stop the fifth-dimensional imp. Raven comes in to help some girl too, which is nice and all. I like the art style that Raven's done here. I think it looks pretty good, like the haircut and this style. I think it looks good. The art of this issue is pretty good. It's very different, but it fits the tone and style of what they're going for. And basically that's it. The issue just kind of ends like that. I feel like we kind of forgot about the mob boss and everything going around, but here we are, unless that's already been taken care of. But who knows at this point? It just never feels like anything gets done with this book at this point. But like I said, this is lighthearted. It's innocent. It doesn't have anything too crazy. Well, I mean, like, it doesn't really feel insulting or anything like that. It just feels like an old-timey, like, every time a fifth-dimensional imp shows up, you know the tone that is to be expected, and that's what you get in this issue. It just feels like, do we really need this storyline right now, given we've been kind of dragging out this Heartless thing for so long, and all this other stuff's going on? It just feels like another, like, detour to get to that point. But I mean, it's lighthearted. The artwork is good. I mean, I got a chuckle here and there. I didn't really hate it, all things considered. I just think we should probably finish one story before we, I don't know, move on to the next at some point. That's kind of where I'm at in this book. So I think some people, you're looking for kind of a more standalone story. I think this will work just fine. But if you're somebody who's just kind of at the point where, like, can we just finish this Heartless storyline, like me, you may get a little bit frustrated. And I'm sure there's going to be some people who aren't happy with certain lines in this book, but you take it for what it's worth. Didn't hate this issue by any stretch of the means. Like I said, as a standalone, there's some fun to be had. Nothing amazing or anything like that. But in terms of, like, the pacing of this big Nightwing story, it's really just kind of feels like another detour. And it doesn't feel like not much progress has been made. So whatever you want to make of it, there you go. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I feel like I've said all that I really need to say about this one. I got more comic books coming up later on today, so it'll be this one this morning and then some more in the afternoons because I'm on a bit of a time crunch right now this morning. So that's all I got to say. Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, and look forward to Deceased, some Dark Crisis videos, World's Finest, DC versus Vampires. I don't know if I'll get to everything today, but by tomorrow I should be all caught up. That's usually the way it works with my channel at this point, so look forward to all of that. All right, well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.